Welcome back! Today I'd like to look at a game called Superbrothers Sword and Sorcery EP. It's a very audio-centric game. It's a platformer type game. It's made in a pixel fashion. It reminds me of pixel art. You can actually see I'm playing with the record here. Spin it around. You can see how audio-centric just the main menu is. So let's start her up. You can see kind of the pixel art, which I really like. Real simplistic, but you can tell what this is. It's a guy smoking a cigar, a little necktie, he's got a little head. But this game is very futuristic, sci-fi, retro-ish almost. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's a lot of fun. You can see you can click on this guy and it moves him around. Kind of starts the game for you. He does like a little dance, I guess, more or less. Yeah, I can make him go real fast. So, let's start the game. So, one thing they do is they really want you to get your sound system set up. And if I would recommend, I'm currently got my headphones on, I would really recommend you play this game with headphones because of how important the sound is. So, you can, this is kind of a silly thing, that's from a review perspective, you can actually tweet every step of the way in the game. A lot of people did this on the iPad. I think it came out on the iPad first before anything else. And you could tweet your progress, which is kind of silly, and it kind of spams your Twitter a little bit. But yeah, it says here it is intended to be used in moderation. But it's neat that they have integrated social media into the game itself. That's kind of cool. But it can get a little annoying to people who are reading your Twitter and they keep seeing you playing that. So it's not a very long game, but it's worth the ride. And this is actually part of the Humble Bundle 5 that just came out. So theoretically, you could get this game for a penny if you wanted. And the other games that come with it are Bastion, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, Limbo, this game, and a game called EFF. Oh, and Psychonaut. So you get quite a bit of games in the Humble Bundle 5. I'd recommend you pick it up. This is one of them. I mean, even if you pick to pay $1, this game is worth it by itself. So you can see he's got his little sword. He can do stuff with it. So I forget how to. Oh, that opens up your. So let's. Whoops. Opens up your sword. So you can click on things and he'll walk to them. There's your little dog. He follows with you. Even though it's pixely, it's got a lot of artistic value to it. You can see when he walks in the water, the little square splashes that pop up. Very intentional kind of retro art. It almost reminds me of like the original King's Quest games, Space Quest games, those sort of things. Although not, there's no text line, obviously. He's commenting on the sheep when you click on him. When you click on stuff, it makes a little text thing. In the meadow, there was an immovable iron gate blocking a cavernous cave. And you can walk around here. It's got little arrows down there to show you kind of where you need to go. There's a shepherd over here. Let's see what he does when I click on him. From the war-ravaged steppes of Scythia, we meet a dark-haired girl in a sunlit meadow. So that's actually a girl. I couldn't tell because of the pixels, but in the mountain folk of the Caucasus, she was known as Girl, and she seemed nice. So that's. So anyway, let's just keep walking on. I kind of want to just show you. You can kind of hear the sound in the background. I've intentionally kept the sound a little louder than I normally do in my videos, just so that you can get an idea of how integral the sound is. See, I click on the bush and it makes sound. It's just well done. It's very. There's my health bar. It's a very interesting game. So you know what else it kind of reminds me of is, even though it's not as action-packed as it is Out of This World, which was kind of a pixely action game released a while back. So if you want to zoom, I'm not sure what it means by that. We spied a solidly built water well with a broad wooden roof. So you can keep walking. The dog's barking at me, wants me to continue to follow. You can go into this house. Inside the hut, we spied a little round something or other beyond the hearth, and that's that record that we saw earlier. Fire. You can hear the fire crackling. all in all, it's a great game. It was great on the iPad. It was a great game to just play around with. But on the computer, it's nice because you obviously get the full screen. If you have a big screen, it's really neat to kind of see it, see all the detail in it. Log fella. The logger guy is named Log fella. Like I said, everything's kind of interactive. I'm not clicking on everything, but a lot of stuff you click on, it'll say stuff about it. Let's go up the path here and see what it's all about. I got that little logger guy following me. So if you have any doubts about buying this game, just buy it, really, because it's like I said, it's with the Humble Bundle, and you can pick your price. Plus, you get 4 other games. You can't miss on that. It only goes for 2 more weeks. So if you're watching this video after it's over, I'm sorry, but it's definitely the price for this game alone. If you can pay it, if you decide you only want to pay $1, this game is worth that. That's a soda. You know, Diet Coke from McDonald's is $1, so I think this game's probably worth it. Now, I've noticed that in the PC version, they've actually, and probably the Mac and the Linux version as well, they've actually made some things a little bit more graphics intensive, like this key thing that she has. So, let's follow this guy in here.
Hey.
This is like a wall that's blocking the path. I'm gonna follow the dog and the logger guy. But I like it. You can hear the music. It's starting to pick up. I'll let you listen to the music for a second while I walk. So like I said, pretty neat, right? Music is pretty good. With this Humble Bundle 5, it actually comes with the soundtracks of all these games too, so that makes it again worth the price. And so not only that, you can actually, if you don't even want to play the game, you could actually listen to the entire soundtrack. It's pretty peaceful, kind of a like a instrumental type game. And I don't know if I haven't played this on the PC yet. I played it mostly on the iPad. So I'm not entirely sure if it's the same. I think it must be. Yeah. You just click the... Ooh, I'm getting mauled. So all you do is you click the sword to attack. And then the shield to block. There we go. So whenever it charges, you have to actually hit it with the sword. Or block, depending on what you want to. There we go, I'm beating it. So it's only got 1 star left. Kind of like boss fights in other games where the boss has 3 health bars. And this one, of course, it walks away once you're done. Kind of neat, though. It's neat, the combat system, because it actually puts you in the frame of combat, like in the actual one-on-one, which is actually reminiscent of Hero's Quest, or Quest for Glory. It was called Hero's Quest originally, but of course, if you've played those games, you know that they had to change it due to copyright infringement with the board game Heroes Quest. It became Quest for Glory. But whenever you engage an enemy in that game, it would put you into a different screen where you were only fighting that enemy. Your surroundings weren't as visible anymore, which was neat because you got a close-on view of your character fighting. I'm gonna keep walking. The music and big trees, just listening. There's something to be said for pixel art. I mean, you know, it's great to have a realistic looking game, but it takes a lot of work to make pixel art like this look convincing and be able to tell that these are actually people, because I mean really you're working with squares that are huge pixels. So I have a lot of respect for the artists that worked on this. One thing I just noticed, I'm having there's like a version of myself kind of trailing behind. That's not my video lagging, that's actually part of the game, it looks like. Let's keep going here. This looks like this cave, and you can see it's a nose, and there's an eye and a mouth and the beard of the man. That's the cave. Pretty neat. A rainbow going across here. Since they're taking a rest, I think I'm going to take a rest as well from this game. I hope you've enjoyed this game, and pick it up. It's worth getting, just because of the price, really, but also because it's a quality game. And I think when it came out, it was probably $15, maybe $10, but it's totally worth it. Give you hours of fun, and that's all there is to it. So let's watch this real quick. Nice touch, right? He sticks out his tongue, and you can walk across it into the cave. And the little log guy cheers you, log fella, cheers you on. We had bridged the chasm, and we felt super smart. It's true, we do. We told Logfella that we sought a burdensome book of sinister sorcery known as the Megatome. The Megatome lurked somewhere in the haunted darkness beyond the perilous precipice beneath Minjim Ta. We resolved to go get the Megatome, and then to get out alive. And on that note, I'm going to walk in this cave and end the video. So, thanks for joining me. Hope you come back again soon. Hope you subscribe to the channel. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're looking for more playthroughs of games, I can definitely record those. But of course, I'm not going to do it unless I get comments saying that they want playthroughs. But I hope you enjoyed my quick gameplay of this game. I've enjoyed it, and I'm going to check out here. But I will see you again soon. Thanks for joining me.